for number 1 in the second reading?
Well, for paragraph 1, it's basically an introduction to the terrible use of water in California. Paragraph 2 is how the industry of bottled water does not mean well for California's scarce water supply. Paragraph 3, almond farmers grow the wrong crop, which is very demanding water-wise because it needs almost a gallon of water. Paragraph 4, how residents of California are doing a moderate job at limiting water usage. And paragraph 5 is discussing how farmers have senior water rights and make them immune to droughts and other shortages.
Yeah, I said, like, the last one was about different places like California, so like Mexico, and places in the drought.
Yeah. And also, it's not very smart to put, like, because California is nice and everything, but it has a population of 36 million people, and it's in a very arid area, so, like, you just can't grow crops there.
Yeah.
It's not even fertile soil. If you want to grow almonds, why don't you just grow them in, like, Iowa or something?
Yeah.
One question I had was, do you agree or disagree with what the author is saying, like with all of the different topics?
What I said is I just agree with what he said. Like, I thought that he said like about how they should use their water and preserve it better, and I thought that was like a good point.
Yeah, I thought that like that was a good point, but some of the things he said were like a little extreme, like some of the things we should do instead. But mostly I thought that was like good, like we should cut back on water, and I thought that was a good idea.
I said that I mostly agreed with everything, but I didn't agree with the part where he said that lawns don't really matter anymore, because he said you're
Yeah.
using too much water on watering your lawn. Because honestly, I think a lawn looks really good outside of a house, and no one wants just crusty yellow grass outside.
Yeah, and also, like, in California, too, like, maybe you don't need a lawn because, like, there's so many people anyways, like, I don't see how it really matters, and most people live in apartments because everyone lives in the city where there's tons of people.
Yeah.
What did you guys say for like things we can do to preserve water better?
I said use more water-friendly stuff. I think that there should be a law now. I think they said that there was a law in California where, like, you have to have water-wise toilets and dishwashers and stuff. But I think that should be a law for all of the country and hopefully all of the world, because that just makes tons of sense.
Yeah, and I just said like stop using bottled water.
Yeah, bottled water is terrible because, like, it uses so much plastic, and that's bad for the environment when you produce it in factories. And you can just use a water bottle.
Yeah. I said like take shorter showers. I mean, you don't need to like cut back on your showers. Just like if you take like 30-minute showers, maybe take like a 10-minute shower. Or also I said using milk instead of water in your hot cocoa.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that makes
I mean, it's kind of like every bit counts. I guess.
I agree with that, and I said that just doing normal things, like when you're washing the dishes, you can turn off the faucet in between. Like when you're washing dishes, just don't keep it on the whole time, or like turning off the faucet when you're brushing your teeth, and just like little stuff can help.
I agree.
So I think that with farmers growing almonds, I think that they're really going to have to change that and grow them somewhere else, probably in the south, like maybe Georgia or something, because, like, it's not too arid there, but, like, you can use water there, and there's not a huge population, so it wouldn't be terrible. And that would just be a lot smarter, but it would probably be hard for farmers to break away from that crop because it's $5.8 billion in 2013. So it's like it brings the most revenue.
Yeah, I agree with that, but a lot of people are saying that almonds, like, I just completely forgot what I was going to say.
What did you guys like think about the overall article?
I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting. I mean, I agreed with most of the topics, like I said, and yeah, I like saw how the author was like putting what his thoughts were on it, but I didn't think he gave many like opposing arguments to some of the things. It was all like mostly his
It's all one
opinion.
sided.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be cooler if there was like another like person saying the opposing argument.
Well, like, I wouldn't say it was all him saying it because it was mostly actually interviews and facts. It wasn't really any of his opinions. Like, I was reading through it because for 3, it was like select statements that the author makes, and there were only like 2 or 3 that I found.
Yeah.
So most of it is just like straight up interviews, but there's not really opposing interviews. There's just interviews going with his argument.
To be honest, the topic didn't interest me that much, but I thought the writing was really good, where he used a lot of facts and what people said, and a lot of what he said was true and like made sense.
I agree.
I agree.
Also, he used a lot of good words too, and there was only one word that I didn't get, which was opaque.
Oh, that was mine too.
And it
Me
means
too.
not able to see through or non-transparent. So I think it means like kind of like how the industry can be like secretive sometimes with their like water usage and stuff, and how they might not want to like change it.
Yeah. What did you guys research about the topic, like the author, the background, or the topic?
I found out that the author, which is Michael Hiltzik, is a famous columnist, and he won the Pulitzer Prize, and he has also written about articles about corruption in the music industry.
Yeah, that's basically what I said.
Yeah, that's practically what I said.
I did information about California. I said that they have a population of 36 million and the amount of people is huge. It's also very hard to supply that huge amount of water to them without spending tons of money and hurting the earth. And I said, for example, Minnesota's population is about 1/9 because ours is about 4 million and theirs is 36, and 9 times 4 equals 36. So it's 1/9 of ours. So even if we use twice the amount of water that the average Californian used, we would still use less water.
One of the questions was, what is not said in the argument, what is left out? I said that the author doesn't specify any other ways that people are using too much water, and they left out how technology is working to try to remove salt from water and stuff like that. Like, he didn't provide a lot of ways that we could change it.
Yeah.
He just said what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
And then I have another question. Will you guys like use the information provided and like just like I don't know, have a conversation about it with other people?
I don't think
Not
so.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Usually I talk to my dad a lot about like the economy and stuff because like he reads The Economist and sometimes I look at it and like we talk about situations in the world and stuff like California and how they're being really dumb with their water.
Honestly, I don't think it would come up in my everyday conversation unless I lived in California,
Yeah.
because it's more of a big deal there than it is here. Like, I'm not saying that I don't care about it, but it's just not very relevant to like where we are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk about it with my friends, but I would
Yeah.
talk about it with like my dad.
Yeah,
I don't
think
really like
it's-
find any interest in the topic.
I mean, I don't think it's like an everyday topic. Like, have you heard about the California droughts? Like, it's not something that would just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts as a group about, there was a proposal several years ago about putting a pipeline in from the Great Lakes down to California because of their water shortage and our ability up here to have a lot of water. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that would kind of be a good idea, but also like you would only want to take a little bit of water because you wouldn't still want to like make us have like droughts and stuff, which we wouldn't because we do get a lot of
Also,
water.
I feel like that would just motivate California to use more water, and then that would just help Nestle like put in more plants for their bottled water. Also, I think there should be like a law against bottled water because it's just so outrageous. Like, I never drink bottled water. I just drink it like with a water bottle. Like, honestly.
But not everyone has access.
Well, maybe give them out for free and stuff because like.
I don't really like the idea with the like with the pipe down to California because they could just like be greedy about that water and like make us go through a drought.
Yeah.
I agree with that, because if you have a pipe, then people are going to be like, oh, we have all the water in the world, and they can overuse that.
Yeah.
And also, another problem was a lot of people were taking too much water out of the ground, which was causing a problem.
Aquifers, yeah, the aquifers are being drained. And also, I think the senior water rights for farmers is kind of fair, but if you're growing a crop like almond and you own like 1,000 acres, you're gonna be using like way too much water. I think that farmers should have water rights, but like that if they want to have water rights, they should grow a different crop.
I agree with that.
I agree.